Breaking news, Drake's lawsuit has been thrown out. And before we get to how rappers and fans have been taking it so far, including the receipts that have been getting pulled to expose certain hip-hop heads and rappers, we got Drake out here getting cooked by the judge. Check this out. Over the course of 16 days, the two artists released so-called diss tracks with increasingly heated rhetoric, loaded accusations, and violent imagery. The penultimate song of this feud, Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar, dealt the metaphorically killing blow. Like, sheesh. Not Like Us got crowned not just on the internet, but also in court. Like, sheesh. And it continues. The song contains lyrics explicitly accusing Drake of being a pedo, set to a catchy beat and propulsive bass line. Not Like Us went on to become a cultural sensation, achieving immense commercial success and critical acclaim. Both Drake and Kendrick Lamar have recording contracts with defendant UMG Recordings. Drake alleges that UMG intentionally published and promoted Not Like Us while knowing that the song's insinuations that he had sexual relations with minors were false and defamatory. Drake has brought this action against UMG for defamation, harassment in the second degree, and violations of Section 349 of the New York General Business Law. Before the court is defendant's motion to dismiss pursuant to Rule 12b-6 of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure because the court concludes that the allegedly defamatory statements in Not Like Us are non-actionable opinion. The motion to dismiss is granted. And by non-actionable opinion, they pretty much said Kendrick was just stating his personal opinion on Drake under this song and not making a factual statement that could be verified, and this was grounds to dismiss the lawsuit.
Headache.
Sorry.
Man, I got a headache. Damn, my head is splitting, man.
Sorry.
And here's an example of what the court just did to Drake. Think about it like this. If I said, I think Drake uses ghostwriters versus if I said, I've written songs for Drake as a ghostwriter, the latter would be actionable if it is untrue because it is a factual claim that can be proven to be true or false and is intended to harm Drake's reputation as a rapper, compared to a non-actionable opinion like I think Drake uses ghostwriters. And boy, it has been a rough day for Drake fans on social media, including hip-hop heads who were going off in Drake's corner in the months leading up to the verdict. From Justin Hunt, for instance, Drake sued over Kendrick saying something that he told Kendrick to say. He should have known this was gonna be an incredibly high hurdle to climb in a court of law. The judge did her homework. It is all happening. And check this out. Of particular relevance, in tailor-made freestyle, Drake challenged Lamar to make the pedo accusations at issue. Using the artificially generated voice of deceased rapper Tupac, Drake goads Lamar. Kendrick, we need ya, the West Coast savior, engraving your name in some hip-hop history if you deal with this viciously. You seem a little nervous about all the publicity. F this Canadian light-skinned dot, we need a no-debated West Coast victory, man. Call him a B for me. Talk about him liking young girls, that's a gift from me. Heard it on the Budding podcast, it gotta be true. It is in this context in which such lyrics as, say Drake, I heard you like him young, from the recording must be assessed. The similarity in the wording suggests strongly that this line is in direct callback to Drake's lyrics in the prior song.
You big dummy!
And of course, like we heard, when tailor-made freestyle dropped, a user reacted to this with, he thought he was Eminem, he wanted to 8 Mile that ish and it backfired, laughing emojis.
Damn.
And it turns out Drake, trying to 8 Mile his way out of this, pretty much gave the courts a solid argument to throw out his case as a non-actionable opinion. Talk about scoring an own goal.
No, look out! What a mistake! Can you believe that happened?
And as you saw, they pointed to tailor-made freestyle. Now, as you'd see later, this doesn't mean this is over for Drake, for better or worse, but after the news hit the web, we got Mustard drop this on X, laughing emojis, and this blew up under Mustard's post, the owl getting roasted after pushing the red button, and the real winners right now look to be Drake's lawyers, as at least UMG has got their lawyers on retainer for cases like this. And check this out, the court knew this was the dumbest goddamn lawsuit relating to rap music they had ever seen filed, laughing emojis. Clown-made uncultured narcissist just paid those lawyers to just waste the court's time for 8+ months, and boy, the memes have been exploding on social media. Drake gonna be a billionaire when he wins this lawsuit. Drake will own Kendrick's masters. When this is over with, Drake keeps the lights on at UMG, October 9th, 2025. Case dismissed. Now, the first point may sound like hyperbole, but users have actually pulled up receipts like this one from Mal.
I think Drake is going to ask for something that no artist has ever asked for or received. And it's going to be very interesting to see if he receives that.
As far as money?
As far as compensation for damages.
It's on the lawsuit side.
Absolutely. We talking upwards of $2 billion.
$2 billion?
Absolutely.
He gonna ask for a big three. Okay.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna ask for a big three.
Well, if he gets too, look, at that point, fuck public perception. It's been real. It's been real.
I'm just saying at that point, I don't give a fuck what Black Twitter is talking about. I don't give a fuck what Black Twitter is talking about. I don't care what the barbershops are talking about. Yep. If I just sue Universal for $2 billion in my masters and I won.
And even Rory isn't off the hook. Users have pulled up videos like this from 2024.
I have no dog in this fight. I like Kendrick's music. I like Drake's music. I also think both of them have used bots via UMG, whether they knew it or not. What stood out to me in that paperwork was the accusation that UMG lowered their licensing rate by 30% for Not Like Us. Just a quick history lesson. How we even got to the value of what a stream is was based off Spotify and the three majors negotiating on what that value would be. What makes it even crazier is all three majors have actual stock and ownership within Spotify. That would be illegal in any other business in the world, but it's the music industry, so anything can fly. To the point that I worked at a major when Spotify went public, and they emailed all of us as employees and said, you cannot buy stock because that would be insider trading. Now imagine you're an artist and you know that the people that own your music plus the people that distribute your music, which is a whole separate tech company, are in cahoots to define what a dollar means within the music industry. And then you later find out that for one artist and one song, they devalued that dollar. You wouldn't have an issue with it?
And the podcast is getting cooked right now, the Rory and Mal podcast. Was anyone more wrong about this than Rory and Mal, LOL? And boy, these users turned up the heat. I mean, it is Rory from Rory and Mal. Both of them are the lowest and stupidest scums of the earth when it comes to hip-hop grifters like XQC and Aiden Ross. And Rory in particular is getting roasted for being a know-it-all and getting this so wrong. This vid annoyed me so bad when I first saw it, LOL. I don't hate Rory, but dude thinks he knows the ins and outs of the entire industry. And Joe Budden joined Mustard shortly after the verdict hit social media. He posted this photo of Drake looking tired and exhausted, and even Tory Lanez is getting cooked after this verdict based on comments he made in the past after Drake sued.
What Drake is doing, no matter how you want to put it, he's really doing this for the rest of us artists. Because the reality of it is if one man finally comes out and says, yo, fuck this, and the rest of us do it, a revolution starts. So it's either you look at it as he's going to start a revolution, or you look at it as, you know, it's just Drake doing some shit, and he's just trying to do some shit, and you feel like he's doing this because he lost the battle. But being a man that knows him and speaks to him on a day-to-day basis, I shouldn't say day-to-day, I don't talk to him every day, but a man that speaks to him regularly, it's like, that nigga is not no dumb nigga, bro. He's a very smart individual. He's like a war general. It's a nigga that's very patient. And sometimes when he makes certain moves, it's not going to make sense at that moment. But the grand scheme of what he's doing is so smart that when it comes into full fruition, that's when you're going to be like, oh, I get it now. You know, so if you can't see it at a certain standpoint, all I tell people to do is just let time be time. And whatever it's going to turn into, it'll turn into whether you're impressed by it or not.
One song you did while you were in there, the feature on DDG's song, that was a fucking fire-ass verse. Is that what you're kind of speaking to? Or what did you mean when you said, like, I hope they don't come for me the way they came for Drizzy?
Nah, I was just saying, like, straight up, like, look, here's the reality, bro. I come to compete. When it comes to my craft, I'm here to compete with anybody. I don't give a fuck who you are, what you got going on. Like, if we're here to compete for music, I'm here for that. You feel me? And at the end of the day, like, that wasn't, like, a lot of people thought that was, like, a Kendrick diss. It wasn't a Kendrick diss. It was an anybody diss. I love to compete. You know what I'm saying? Like, I almost wish sometimes I wish I could have jumped in Drizzy's shoes and did the beat for him. You know what I'm saying? Regardless, like, you feel me? But it's just like, that's how I feel about the situation. It's not like I was talking to anybody specific. I just feel like, yo, I'm here to compete.
And while there's more to this Drake lawsuit, which we'll get to in a moment, it looks like some Canadians are as tired as Drake looked in that photo. Real talk, bruh. You forced us to care about this ish for way longer than we wanted to because of a dumb bomb lawsuit. We rationalized, goalpost moved, and gave you the benefit of the doubt. Now the case is dismissed and you're messing with Canada's reputation. Enough already. We are over it. However, some believe this user has got nothing to worry about. You act like Canada has a reputation.
What am I doing wrong? I'm not trying to buy love. I'll take it naturally. Give it to me naturally.
And straight from the Glaze factory, we got Jeremy Hecht telling hip-hop fans what time it is. It is safe to say that Kendrick Lamar is officially the greatest rapper of all time.
This guy who is having the craziest run, maybe one of the craziest runs of all time since last year, is now taking over globally to the point where, like, I don't think anyone can say
glazing opening
a
segment
single
glazing. They're
thing
gonna
about
say
this man. You want me to glaze? You want me to glaze even harder? I think it's safe to say Kendrick Lamar is not only the greatest rapper alive right now. I think what we are witnessing is the greatest rapper of all time doing a victory lap right now on a global scale that we've never seen before.
You call him the GOAT.
I'm calling Kendrick Lamar the GOAT.
I thought I had some hot takes today. He's bigger than anybody.
Of course, this is officially his opinion, and I believe recency bias is doing most of the heavy lifting for Jeremy Hecht to come to that conclusion. I mean, before the battle, it was common to see takes about how Drake is not a rapper, even from hip-hop heads and rappers. And now Kendrick whoops the non-rapper Drake, and now he's the GOAT because of that, not because of the classic projects he dropped before this, but because of whooping Drake. Come on now. But he's entitled to his opinion like everyone else, and this went super viral after Drake's L in court. Drake lost the battle the black way and the white way, laughing my bum off. And boy, all the receipts are getting examined right now, like this one from late 2024. People don't realize how strong of a case Drake has right now with UMG, and this was met with and UMG rubbed salt in Drake's wounds following the verdict. They released the statement. This suit was an affront to all artists and their creative expression and never should have seen the light of day. We are pleased with the court's dismissal and look forward to continuing our work successfully promoting Drake's music and investing in his career. And this is pretty much UMG reenacting this Spider-Man meme right now, and we got a rendition of what the judge did to Drake that has since gone viral.
Get the fuck out of here, little nigga. Take that dumb shit with you.
And we even got a depiction of Drake's lawyers after farming him for a void case.
Hey, Rod. What's going on? Hey, we got good and bad news. Good news, we got your payment, buddy. Bad news, they gave you life. Sayonara.
Damn.
But Drake isn't going down without a fight, as we got an update from Drake's team that shows he's willing to keep this going even after this defeat. Drake's team just issued a statement saying they're gonna appeal the court's decision to dismiss his lawsuit against UMG. We intend to appeal today's ruling, and we look forward to the Court of Appeals reviewing it. And this has sparked even more takes about how Drake's lawyers are gonna keep winning. Drake's gonna end up sending his lawyer's great-great-great-grandchildren to college. And do you agree with Vlad? So Drake lost the battle and the lawsuit. He's now 0-2 with Kendrick, although Drake's fans made it clear, lawsuit wasn't against Kendrick, which is technically correct, and the user continued. Drake smoked Kendrick in the battle and smoking him right now as far as dropping hits. Kendrick dropped a trash album. Now the second bit would be considered a non-actionable opinion, and I'll be looking forward to your thoughts in the comment section. Thanks for watching, and I will see you on the next one.